I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is Allah's last prophet, messenger, and servant. Hello and welcome to you all. I'll be discussing with you about a verse in the Holy Quran in chapter of Baqarah, Surat Al-Baqarah. It says, it's speaking about when you want to borrow money. It's about how you should do when you have debts. If you want to borrow money, and what should you do? What should you do to for people's rights, to keep each other's rights, like in Islam? Because Islam is about two things: about keeping Allah's rights, worshiping Allah, giving him his full rights as he's our God and our creator, and secondly, Allah is also looking up between the relationship of the human beings, between themselves, between everyone, and between us in here, like as human beings, so that nobody takes anyone else's right, and we should treat each other how we want to be treated, so that there won't be no fight, no hate, no nothing, no misunderstanding, no argument, no nothing. So Allah says in the Holy Quran, this verse, this very unique verse, Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'll say in Arabic, then translate it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, iza tadayantum bidainin ila ajal musamma faktubuhu وليكتب بينكم كاتب بالعدل ولا يأبى كاتب أن يكتب كما علمه الله فليكتب وليملل الذي عليه الحق وليتق الله ربه ولا يبخس منه شيئا فإن كان الذي عليه الحق سفيها أو ضعيفا أو لا يستطيع أن يمل هو فليملل الولي بالعدل واستشهدوا شهيدين من رجالكم فإن لم يكونا رجلين فرجل وامرأتان ممن ترضون من الشهداء أن تضل إحداهما فتذكر إحداهما الأخرى ولا يأبى الشهداء إذا ما دعوا ولا تسأموا أن تكتبوه صغيرا أو كبيرا إلى أجل ذلكم أقسط عند الله وأقوم للشهادة وأدنى ألا ترتابوا إلا أن تكون تجارة حاضرة تديرونها بينكم فليس عليكم جناح ألا تكتبوها واشهدوا إذا تبعتم ولا يضار كاتب ولا شهيد وإن تفعلوا فإنه فسوق بكم واتقوا الله ويعلمكم الله والله بكل شيء عليم. So Allah says in this verse what to do if you want to borrow money from someone. Allah says, oh you who believed, when you contract a debt for a specific term, write it down and let a scribe write it between you in justice. Let no scribe refuse to write as Allah has taught him. So let him write, and let the one who has the obligation dictate, and let him fear Allah, his Lord, and not leave anything out of it. But it's the one who has the obligation is a limited understanding, or weak, or unable to dictate himself, then let his guidance dictate injustice, and bring to witness 2 witnesses from among your men. And if there are not 2 men available, then a man and 2 women from those whom you accept as witnesses, so that it's on of the woman as then the other can remind her, and let not the witnesses refuse when they are called upon, and do not be too wary to write it. whether it's small or large, for its specified term that is more just in the sight of Allah and stronger as evidence and more likely to prevent doubts between you, except when it is an immediate transaction which you conduct among yourselves. See? Unless. So all this, as I said, why it says to write down. Witness has to be present to write down everything what was happening. Why? For protection, witnesses, like for them to be there as witness that everything is written down between the two parties, so that to protect your money and protection from further arguments in the future, or further fight or hate or enmity. So that's what Allah says. That is very, very unique. It says, and if there are not two men available, then a man and two women from those whom you accept as witnesses. So that if one of the women is, then the other can remind her. Like if one of the women forgets, the other one remind her. And let not the witnesses refuse when they are called upon. And do not be too wary to write it, whether it's small or large, for its specified term. This is more just in the sight of Allah and stronger as evidence and more likely to prevent doubts between you, except when it is an immediate transaction which you conduct among yourselves, for then there is no blame upon you if you do not write it and take witnesses when you conclude a contract. Let no scribe be harmed or any witness, for it you do so. Indeed, it is disobedience in you, and fear Allah, and Allah teaches you, and Allah is knowing of all things. So this is, it's safer to follow these principles than you just go, someone say borrow me money, you give him or you give them. It happens a lot when you give them the money, borrow